here. We'll hear from Allie LaForge as well. And so off the tip, it is New York. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Brown. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game.
Yeah, you try your best defensively to push Bam away from the rim. That's easier said than done.
What's interesting, Bam Adebayo grew up in a single-wide trailer home in Pinetown, North Carolina. Now, of course, living with his mother, he made it his mission to get her out of that trailer and into a better life.
Denied by Adebayo. And he's able to get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Brown. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. And for motivation, Adebayo told us he kept a picture of that trailer hanging in his locker, adorning the home screen on his phone, its address written on his shoes.
And what motivation that was, and of course, seeing how far he's come. Now, he said that that trailer is where I got the ambition, the anger. If we had a better life, I wouldn't be here. That trailer made me.
Here's Vucevic. And he gets the bucket.
As pretty much any coach, that's how he'd like to start the game.
Orlando calls timeout. First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Brown. Oh, nice!
Look at the bench. I mean, the bench is going nuts.
Brown taking on all challengers. This kind of fearless approach is what his teammates and coaches love seeing. Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
Pass to Adebayo. Doesn't go that time. Vucevic with some nice D. On the wing, Durant. There's the triple. And it's Orlando with a rebound. Leonard, left side. Adebayo sets a screen. Outside, DiVincenzo. Adebayo in the post. And Adebayo slams it in.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
And a foul call on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. It's stolen by Leonard. Pass to Adebayo. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far.
And the Adebayo experiment has been pretty awesome to watch just because it's gone nuclear. All the skills of his hard work paying off.
Pass me some water.
And both free throws good for Adebayo.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
It's Vucevic, high post. And he gets it to go from the high post. Vucevic has got his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, great court awareness. Westbrook sizing up the D and doing a good job of locating the open man.
And another miss by Orlando. New York trailing. Hayward attacking. That one falls. Coming off the Vucevic feed.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
To the middle. Adebayo, that's good. Adebayo's got his third basket of the night. Westbrook outside. With the drive. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
A more fearless play from Russell Westbrook. The ability to finish through contact. That's why it's so tough to stop him on the dribble drive.
Well, Grant, Russell Westbrook, not your prototypical pure point guard by a long shot. All right, so how do you evaluate him as a floor general?
BA is simply 2 words. Fearless and relentless. He is a prolific playmaker. Now, throughout his career, some have questioned his decision-making, but I'll take all the great things that he does on the court to help his team win over that.
Hayward's shot is off.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
To the paint. Here's Vucevic. Another shot. Rebounded by Kawhi Leonard. Orlando leading. Pass to Adebayo. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out. Give him some space. Let him get to work. And when you think about load management, of course, Kawhi Leonard in his time with the Spurs, a lot of attention for the amount of time that he needed to recover from injury, and then also the time in between games.
Making a switch here. And Kawhi began his career with the Spurs, who were the first to embrace load management. And yet Kawhi's injury rehab was a bone of contention there. Brent, in hindsight, what do you make of that saga?
Well, there's no doubt it changed the fortunes of the San Antonio Spurs and what they were going to be built on for years to come. And a bit uncharacteristic for a franchise who had kept a number of their stars happy for so long.
Valanciunas can't get it to go.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
And Paul gets it to go.
Nice job catch and shoot there. Chris Paul making it look simple and caught the defense a little bit out of position.
Conley goes in. Here's Valanciunas. Called in by Brown. And Leonard for 3. Kept alive. He goes up again. And it's Paul getting it to go. Paul's got 5 points.
Competitiveness of this game lifting, and so Chris Paul is going to get to that standard. He enjoys being aggressive on the offensive glass.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Leonard on the wing. Shoots over Hayward. Leonard can't get it to go.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Now, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
That pass delivered to where Valanciunas could get into his shooting rhythm right off the catch. Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Well, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Magic. They're up 7. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the Magic here in this one?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, basketball was Buddy Hield's escape from poverty in the Bahamas. He said, quote, hopefully I'm starting a trend. I want to motivate and encourage kids to show them that they can make it out. His mother said he used to tell everyone he was going to be like Kobe. Now all the kids here say they want to be like Buddy.
Man.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Thanks a lot, Allie. And Grant, you were part of one of the most legendary eras in Duke basketball. Now, when you reflect on that time, what stands out?
Well, B.A., those were great times indeed. And a few things I think stick out. First of all, it was when we really made Duke basketball what it is today. Gave us the foundation of this long-term success. Also, of course, too, the bonds, the brotherhood, the experience, the ups and the downs that we went through collectively, all of that together are the things that I like to look back on and really reflect upon during those years.
Here's Valanciunas. Paul with a steal. Drive by Brown. Leonard outside. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Really, with that level of speed and power, it is so difficult to keep Leonard from scoring on the drive.
Driving to the basket. Pass to Valanciunas.
Come on, man. Steal that, bro.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Back to Jackson. The three is up. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
A strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. And here's Leonard. Kicks it out to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. The Magic need to put one up here. The shot's good. Paul's got his third basket on the night right there.
For an undersized player, Chris Paul's a pretty good finisher around the rim. Certainly knows all the angles.
Are always changing throughout a game. Teams have to adjust on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
Durant drives in. 2 points. That one goes. Vucevic has got 7 points.
They have no answer defensively inside.
about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. Left side Paul. Kick out to Brown. It's good. The assist that time from Paul. He's got 5.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Oh, it's blocked by Jackson. From deep three-point range. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and the putback.
I'll tell you what, they are on fire this quarter, taking total command of this game.
Left side Durant. And Kawhi Leonard gets a whistle that time.
That's a bad call.
That's his first foul.
That's a bad call. Wow.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Here's Collins.
That's a
And
bad
Collins
call.
with the slam.
Wow.
And some of the dunks Collins can pull off are just awesome.
And a chance to add to the lead here.
Yeah, BA, they should really stick with what they've been doing.
The drive by Paul. There's Jackson with the 3. Sinks the tray. Jackson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
On the wing, Durant. Three-pointer, Vucevic. Knicks keep it alive. And that one drops for him. Westbrook's gotten his second bucket of the game.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Kick out to Brown. And he drives in. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far.
Chris Paul came into the league playing unselfish, continues to do so. What a dime.
Durant with it. And it's Leonard picking him up. And
No,
he's
easy,
going to the
that's
line
it.
for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Jaylen Brown picks one up. Well, Grant, you look at the role that John Collins plays on this team. He's everything you could possibly want from a modern power forward.
And BA, he really is.
Damn, man.
Efficient with his touches both
Fuck.
off the rim and outside on the perimeter. Of course, he gives you everything you want for the position and does it extremely well. Still incredibly young, and the upside is through the roof for Collins.
Well, there's a nice answer from an operator named Kevin Durant. You hit a 3, you know he's coming back at you.
Leonard outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Leonard's got 15.
Defense shaking their heads, no idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Outside Durant. Picked by Vucevic. Durant drives in. Kicks it out to Collins. 6 to shoot. Pass to Vucevic. Out of bounds. It'll be Magic ball. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half of this game. Jackson, left side. Launches a 3. He can't hit that time. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's the Magic, up 19. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Here's Paul. He's got 7. Kick out to Brown. Here's Leonard. Yes, and it's Paul with the assist that time. 17 points in the game.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score. Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
Hits the trifecta.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
Here's Westbrook. That one doesn't drop.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
Adebayo, no good.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Back to Paul. To the inside. The three. Adebayo with it. He's got 11. 4 on the clock. Paul, shot is off.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Grant, almost every night in your career, you drew the toughest assignments on defense. What makes a great wing defender in your eyes?
Well, I mean, obviously, I think you have to have certain tools. You know, you have to have the ability to move your feet. You have to have athleticism. But really, ultimately, it's about desire. You know, I always feel that guarding perimeter players and being a great wing defender is a lot like being a great rebounder. You know, you can talk about technique and this, that, and the other, but at the end of the day, it's about heart, it's about desire, it's about doing everything possible to compete on the defensive end against great offensive players here in the NBA.
Out to Hayward. Pass to Durant. And here's Vucevic. And that comes off the assist by Durant. Vucevic has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, his length and then his quickness, Durant, he just can't cover the guy. An absolute nightmare matchup. And then you add the pick and roll to it.
Paul for three. Knocks it down from distance. Paul's got 10.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Well, the length and lateral quickness of Kevin Durant, it's what makes him an impactful player on both ends of the court.
And what I love about him, BA, is that Durant can defend in the paint and on the perimeter equally as well. He also has great timing when challenging shots. And lately, he has received more credit for his defense, but you feel like he's still slipped on just a little bit.
Kicks it out to Collins. Oh, he airballs the triple. That one was way off. Leonard on the wing. He's got 17. And it's all from three-point range.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Back to Durant. And Danny Green gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Without question, Kawhi Leonard displaying his skills today.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
New York going with almost an entire new group here. Hayward, left side. Pass to Valanciunas. 4 seconds left. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
confronting a shooter of JB's stature is never easy, and he can make them pay for that mistake at the line.
And the second free throw is good. Now here's Leonard. 17 points in the game. Three-pointer. Gallinari pulls it in. A difficult situation for New York. Conley with the ball, and it's Leonard picking him up. Conley goes in, lays it up, and banks it in.
He's been accurate tonight. I think the best way for them to succeed is to get him more shots. Sounds simple, but it comes down to execution.
Throws it up high, and not going to let him get the easy dunk. The defense put the stop to it. But a foul is called, and a trip to the free throw line instead. And he drops the first. Grant, you played on many iconic teams during your career. What was your time with the 7 seconds or less Suns like?
That was a blast, B.A. Up and down the court, a lot of offense. Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, Mike D'Antoni. What a fun system to play in, really, and it helped revolutionize the game. The game transitioned to now more up-tempo, fast break, spread the floor, shoot a lot of three-pointers. The way that Phoenix Suns team played that 7 seconds or less basketball is what you're seeing now in today's NBA.
Clock at 6.
That shit back.
And Bam with the emphatic block.
From deep, DiVincenzo can't hit. If they're going to go on a run, Grant, there's no better time than right now.
You're so right, B.A. I think they definitely expected a closer game than this.
And an intentional foul.
From the Eastern Conference in this game as the New York Knicks play this one at home. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2. K-Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brett Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline report. You look at the Magic. They're hoping they can carry over some of that momentum from their undefeated homestand.
And keep in mind, just the 2-game season series. This is their final game against this group, and they're looking to duplicate the outcome of that first contest where they played a terrific ball game.
Well, I think they have the mindset to get this sweep as long as they don't take this team lightly because they've already beaten them this season.
Drives to the hoop. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Leonard's got 5 points so far. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. But don't get me wrong, I do miss the physicality that
Come
we
on,
had
man.
in the 90s. But I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Here's Brown. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Adebayo, high post. The kick out to Brown. Front past the arc. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
And there is some intelligence behind the passing of Adebayo. Not flashy, but making smart ones.
KD with it. Now defended by Adebayo. There's the drive. The kick out to Brown. Pass to Millsap. Back to Brown. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
A good decision making with the ball in his hands for Paul Millsap. That's a terrific beat.
And Jason Tatum, he got a lot of the pulp last year, and deservedly so. But Jaylen Brown made monstrous strides as well, especially when it came to efficiency.
And up the court come the Magic on the break. Brown's got
Yo, why am I rushing his phone, bro?
For the Knicks, it's been a slow start here.
What?
By 7.
Hold the fuck down.
Now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Pass to Vucevic.
That shit back.
He converts the layup. Vucevic has got his second bucket. And you look at Brown's field goal percentage and his free throw percentage break, both career highs last season.
And Kev, his shot was never broken. The motion never had to be rebuilt. Brown's problem coming into the league is that he would shoot the ball differently every time. Once he landed on the repeatable mechanics, you can see the consistency start to take off.
Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by New York.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Now here's Hayward. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
And for a big man, Vucevic is pretty efficient at the line. Really has a complete game.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Things present themselves throughout a game. Teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
And they pick up 2. Leonard's got 7 points in the game.
The strength in that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
It's good from long range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for. Draining the triple.
Took him no time at all on that one. 9 points in the game so far.
And the D has gotten a little bit last year defending the triple. And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Paul with the ball. Conley picks him up. And it's Paul penetrating.
Fucking go, man.
He draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Michael Conley picks one up.
And really, Brown is
So-
very talented at nailing shots, even while getting hit. What muscle this guy has.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Ulrich.
Well, Kevin, I did have a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. One of the big factors he'll be facing is Bam Adebayo's ability to start the break. Coach told his team to get in Bam's face as soon as he comes down with it. Don't let him take off down the court unimpeded. Kevin, they know they have to slow down Big Bam in this one. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Knicks trail by 7. Outside, KD. Down low, Vucevic. Lays it up and banks it in. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Magic. .58 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The kick out to Brown. Pass to DiVincenzo. Clock at 6. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
In Westbrook, here we go. Going inside. And Adebayo sends it there.
Are we sure that Bam's not wearing a watch out there? Perfect timing.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And finished off by Westbrook.
I know it's just 2, but man, that's a nice 2. Westbrook with the insane creativity.
And that one, good.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
KD can't get it to go. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo.
Oh,
Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Orlando Magic. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be back with you shortly. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
They definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
I'm loving the ping-pong action of the ball tonight. A decent number of assists so far.
Now Barnes, following the three-point attempt by Bam Adebayo. And Leonard gets it to go.
You know, stretching the floor, Kawhi Leonard out of that distance, you're just so fearful of him driving by, and he knocks one down with confidence.
Now here's Paul. 14 points, their largest lead in the game.
And you can see when he has the basket in his sights, he's going to attack. And once he's in tight, he is a terrific finisher.
In the corner, it's Valanciunas. Nobody near Leonard. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Leonard's got 6 points in the quarter.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
Paul goes in. Leonard on the wing. Here's the three. Valanciunas grabs the board. Knicks trail by 17. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Leonard with the steal. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you and good evening. The Knicks made changes in coaching and the front office since the start of last season. But the question is, can they move forward? Their last winning season was back in 2013. Amidst the frenzy that is the media in New York, they'd like to make headlines going forward for all the right reasons this time. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And what was once a weakness for Collins, now a strength. His defense has taken huge strides since the start of last season.
And I think a young player like John Collins learns that blocks are not just a statistic that reveal how good you can be defensively. It's about positioning. It's about communication. And John Collins wants to be more complete on that end of the floor.
And the Magic making a change here. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Paul with the ball. Now defended by Hayward. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The wingspan and the timing that Kawhi Leonard has is really remarkable. He utilizes those strengths to dominate both ends of an NBA floor.
Knicks trailed by 17. Hayward up top. Durant in the corner. 5 to shoot. He takes it in. And then Durant with the jam.
Well, coming off the pick and roll with that length, KD makes so many good decisions.
They kick it out to Green. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Durant.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
They're pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
To the inside. Brown.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league, where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Here's KD. Here's Vucevic. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter, with about 3 minutes gone by, Paul outside. Orlando needs to get off a shot. From deep three-point range.
There's no question that Russell is one of the top 10 athletes we have in the league. On full display there.
Into the lane. Pass to Vucevic. That's in there. Conley with the assist. 11 points for Vucevic.
And the shooting has really been there for him today. But he may have to take a run himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Here's Leonard. Over in the corner, Green. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Back to Jackson. With the drive. Count the basket. And the Magic lead by 16.
Leonard has the ball in his hands a ton, and those are some big hands. Comfortable handling the rock and making plays.
Vucevic with the bucket.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
KD with it. Running down by Jackson. And an intentional foul right there. Right side Durant. And he banks in the lane. KD got 6.
Well, Kevin Durant not only feels like he can score from everywhere, he does. So when he's that close, just count it.
Jackson drives in. Kicks it out to Leonard. Driving in. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. To the middle. Vucevic. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Left side, Brown. Jackson in the corner. Brown feeling out a bit. 6 to shoot. And it's Green missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Conley gets the bucket.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
To the paint. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Chris Paul came into the league playing unselfish, continues to do so. What a dime.
And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Valanciunas. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the half. Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard, an MVP candidate. Why? Well, they're the reasons right there. One of the best two-way players we've seen in the past 5 years.
And so it's the Orlando Magic with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Magic leading by 16. Driving the lane. The kick out to Brown. No good with the triple. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. I think so many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people, you know, has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to edge our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, if you can believe it, before Jaylen Brown went to the draft, one executive said the Cal Berkeley star was too smart. Brown says when athletes are also informative, they can intimidate. We get pushback for our outside interests. The whole shut up and dribble movement is big, and I'm a part of that movement. Guys?
Strong story, DA, there. Thanks. And Chris Paul picks up the foul.
On it?
That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body to take the charge.
It's stolen by Adebayo. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by KD. Out to the wing. Now here's Paul. He's got 5. And it's Kawhi Leonard with the 3. Leonard's got 22.
Just don't let him get his feet set. Leonard has become a deadeye on the catch and shoot opportunities.
Here's KD. Up and in on the wing.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
A 3 from Leonard. Headshot off. And New York will come the other way. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. And it's blocked by Brown. And he gets it back. The shot's good. And so here's Orlando. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Foul wide
Yeah.
open. He fired. Off target from outside.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Paul. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Chris Paul, when he gets into those tight spots, he becomes pretty smart in there.
And so Paul nails both of them. And Vucevic has got the ball here for New York. It's a 14-point game. And Adebayo shoots it back. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Looking to get back on track here.
No better way to fire up your teammates. Durant showing good athleticism on the Monster Jam.
It's Adebayo, top of the key. You can't get that one. 18 that time from Vucevic. Leonard with the steal. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Back to KD. Pass to Vucevic. Goes back up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
You know, and a 7-footer that can play the entire court. Vucevic is a tough cover because of that versatility. It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
He's such a good scorer when he gets inside that painted area. One of the game's best mid-range players that we've ever seen. Chris Paul getting it done.
They'll get another chance. Outside Conley. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And the 7-footer Valanciunas with the foul. A big who isn't just skilled, but also brings that toughness. And going back to when he turned pro at just 16 years of age, Gallinari is proven to be one of the best players ever from Italy.
You think about his final year in Milano and just how highly efficient he was, first in the league's ratings overall. 6th pick, going from Italy to New York City, and the fans had no idea what they were getting, but Gallinari eventually dealt in a Carmelo deal, and his career, although it's been multiple stops, has been pretty exemplary.
And here's Leonard from 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Leonard's got 27. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Magic.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Well, you add to that their block totals tonight. They've been very feisty and active on the defensive end.
And Orlando making a change here.
Well, they've been turning that ball over way too much, and they really need to address this if they want to win this game. Huddle up, boys.
Now here's Conley. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Pass to Valanciunas. And he uses the glass on the layup. Valanciunas has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Back to Rozier. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. That shot off. Good D by Barnes. Knicks trail by 12. Out to Hayward. On deep. Wow, through the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. That's on Jaylen Brown.
And, you know, guys like Hayward, they love the competition. You know, when he's not on the court, he's playing games or watching esports. That fire just never goes away.
Magic leading by 10. Down low, Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Pass to Hayward. Now here's Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And really exemplifies who Hayward is. A team player, someone who enjoys spotting his open teammate.
Now here's Leonard. 2 points. That one goes. Leonard's got 29.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Out to Conley. Stolen by Bledsoe. Pass to Adebayo. A 3 from Leonard. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Magic lead by 12. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. Knicks trail by 12. Pass to Vucevic. And again, New York turns it over. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments. Pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey guys, I had a chance to find out what Steve Clifford talked about with his players. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. Here's Leonard. Out left to the wing. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Here's Vucevic. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
Over in the corner, Brown. From outside, off the mark. Knicks trail by 10. Here's Durant. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. I mean, not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the court.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. side, Leonard. Lets the three fly. Trains it from beyond the arc. Leonard's got 32 points in the game.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Westbrook goes up and lays it nice and easy.
A monster drive there by Westbrook. So explosive. Contact phases him not in the slightest.
The kick out to Brown. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
Durant down low. No good. Magic leading by 14. Now Leonard. Left side, Brown. And finished off by Brown.
And you aren't going to slow down Brown when he's scoring the ball like this. He is simply on a tear.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
I like how Durant uses his wily frame there to get off those shots. Not an easy shot, but for him, man, it looks easy.
The free throw drops for Durant. And last season, we saw the NBA All-Star Game introduce the Elam ending, a target scorer, Greg, to end the game, and instead of running out the clock. Did you like that, and would you widen its use?
No question it's being looked at maybe for overtimes or tournament games. You know, Adam not shy about exploring new ideas. And I got to be honest, going into the All-Star game, I wasn't a fan of the proposed changes. Me too. But once you saw
Harris, floater, way off, rebound Young. Bulls running, Kobe White. Kobe don't do it like that. Who said Kobe don't like the dunk? Harris,
Keeps
floater,
diligently
way
working
off,
hard to
rebound
try and
Young.
protect that part of his game.
Bulls
Westbrook
running,
can't help but to make guys look a little foolish off the bounce.
Kobe don't do it like that. Who said Kobe don't like the dunk?
Leonard with the ball.
They got me out of
But don't give a cerebral
floater,
player
way
like
off,
Leonard
rebound
that
Young.
kind of opening. He'll read
Bulls
that guy.
running, Kobe
Here's
White.
Westbrook.
Kobe don't do it like that. Who said Kobe don't like the dunk?
And a miss there on the triple.
They got me out of Harris, floater, way off, rebound
Here's
Young.
Leonard. Nice move.
Bulls running,
And the layup
Kobe
is up and in.
White.
Leonard's got 36.
like that.
Well, you see the
Who
touching
said
side
Kobe
of
don't
the
like
man
the
does a
dunk?
little bit of everything for this basketball team.
They got me out
Good on the three-point shot.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Leonard on the wing. Takes the three. Rebounded by Vucevic. Knicks trail by 14. Hayward on the wing. KD looking around. Uses the glass to finish the layup. KD's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
This is what Durant does best, a natural-born scorer, and that combination of size, speed, and length can't slow it down.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And so he's able to get one of two. Leonard with the steal. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Launches it, and the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. It's a bad miscue. You can't give up looks like that all game long.
Tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Magic.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. That they were disciplined and focused.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kawhi Leonard.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
Williams can't hit. Round with it. Williams picks him up. Leonard on the wing. Adebayo down low. And Leonard has it in the corner. Shot clock at 5. The second chance effort. And it's good on the way in. Leonard's got 44.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Leonard looking over the floor. No good there. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.